ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपगदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवां च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सगगण रघुनाथान् वितां तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादां सगगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna. In the Sri Vaishnavism, there are 108 Divya Deshams. Out of that, the Shivaliputtur is one among them. In that wonderful Divya Desham, there lived Periyalvar. His name is also Vishnuchitta. He was always remembering Lord Vishnu all the time, and he was into deep Krishna Bhakti. One day he could find a baby girl in front of the Tulsi plant, who is none other than incarnation of Bhumi Devi. He called her as Goda. Goda means garland. But in addition to that, she had so many other names. She was into deep Krishna Bhakti, following her father's footsteps and consider him as Guru as well as Krishna. So she spread the message of Krishna Bhakti throughout the Shivaliputtur and surroundings, and she was able to do the replica of Vrindavana, the Vrajabhumi, and all the every aspect of it was similar to that Vrindavana. So she used to check the garlands before it goes to the temple as her father prepares it. One day father noticed it, he left it back and he took another one, but the Lord said, I want the same one. So this is why she is called as Shudi Kodatta Chodarkudi. Śrī Āndāl Nachiyar has composed this 30 Pāsurams in addition to this, which is called as Nachiyar Tirumazhi 143 Pāsurams. Out of that, there is a 10 which is called as Varanamayiram, wherein Āndāl Nachiyar was completely meditating and he was able to see the marriage happening of her in advance, how it will be, what are the rituals, samskaras, everything she is explaining in that Varanamayiram. So this way Āndāl Nachiyar has finally got married to Lord Ranganatha, who came down, and Lord Ranganatha named as Ranga Mannari in this Shivaliputtur. So this way Āndāl Nachiyar was spreading the Vaishnavism and Krishna Bhakti throughout everywhere. So let us try to glorify Āndāl Nachiyar before we start the Pāsuram of today. Today's Pāsuram is also very, very vital because a few points I will highlight it now quickly, because it talks about how to prioritize our work or seva. So this is also explained. There are 3 categories. This will be discussed later. Then it talks about Manattikinyane. Manattikinyane means one who is very, very pleaseful to the mind. That is Lord Ramachandra. She describes about Lord Ramachandra. And she talks about brother-in-law of Krishna, because since his brother-in-laws did not come for the marriage, as Krishna married Rukmani in Dwaraka, at that time all the 5 brothers did not turn up. So here Āndāl Nachiyar created today's Gopi's brother as brother-in-law of Lord Krishna. So this is also explained. Narchalvan, the word Narchalvan denotes the brother-in-law of Krishna according to Āndāl Nachiyar. So let us get into the glorification first before we go to the Pāsuram. Nila Tungastha Nagari Tadi Suddha Mudbhotya Krishnam Parardhyam Swam Shruti Sara Shaira Siddha Madhyapayanti Parardhyam Swam Shruti Sata Shaira Siddha Madhyapayanti Sochistayam Srajanigalitam Ya Bhalakrutya Bhungte Kodatasyai Nama Idam Idam Bhuya Yevastu Bhuyaha Annavayal Puduvai Āndāl Arangarku Pannu Tiruppāvai Palpadiyam இன்னிசையால் பாடிக் கொடுத்தாள் நற்பா மாலை பூமாலை சூடிக் கொடுத்தாளை சொல்லு. சூடிக் கொடுத்த சுடற்கொடியே தொல்பாவை பாடியொருளவல் பல்வளையாய். பாடியொருளவல்ல பல்வளையாய் நாடினீர் வேங்கடவர்க்கு என்னை விதியன்ற இம்மாற்றம் நாங்கடவா வண்ணமே நல்கு. I request Akshaya to sing today's Pāsuram, please.
Yes, Hare Krishna Prabhu. Am I audible?
Yeah, very much.
கண்ணை திலம் கற்பெருமை கன்று கிறங்கி நினைத்த மூலை வழியே நின்று பால் சோர. கண்ணை திலம் கற்பெருமை கன்று கிறங்கி நினைத்து மூலை வழியே நின்று பால் சோர. நனைத்திலம் சேராக்கும் செல்வம் தந்தாய். நனைத்திலம் சேராகும் செல்வம் தந்தாய். பனித்தலை வீழனி வாசகரை பற்றி சினத்தின தென்னிலங்கை கோமாலை சென்ற மனத்துக்கு நீயானை பாடவும் நீ வாய் திறவாய். சினத்தின தென்னிலங்கை கோமாலை சென்ற மனத்துக்கு நீயானை பாடவும் நீ வாய் திறவாய். இனித்தான் எழுந்திராய் ஈதென்ன பேருறக்கம். இனித்தான் எழுந்திராய் ஈதென்ன பேருறக்கம். அனைத்தில்லத்தாரும் அறிந்தேலோரும் பாவாய். அனைத்தில்லத்தாரும் அறிந்தேலோரும் பாவாய். Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Ma. Thank you so much. Wonderful.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. I am opening the rooms.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu, you can continue here. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So today's Pāsuram number 12, which talks about the importance of the seva or the work, whatever you call it as, according to that priority one has to do it. The reason being, it talks about the primary importance one has to do according to the order which is mentioned here by Āndāl Nachiyar. So she is very clear what to do first, what to do next. So in this category, when we see that, we can understand how Āndāl Nachiyar has specified it. So let us get into the word by word meaning. Kanaithilam kattiramai kandrukku irangi. Kanaithilam means the arena wherein the cows are tied, buffaloes are tied, and the calves are tied. Then kattirumai kandrukku irangi. Kattu means here it talks about the especially the calves. Again, why it is mentioned here? Because it is going to be further expanded. How it is explained here, we will come to know that. Okay, Erumai means buffalo. Kandrukku irangi. Again, the same thing comes because the mother buffalo is completely thinking of the calf buffalo. Irangi means out of that she cries out, right? Because why she is crying out? Because the cowherd guy has tied the buffalo separately and the buffalo calf separately. So the mother buffalo is unable to feed her calf. And what happens now? Ninaithu means thinking of. Thinking of whom? Thinking of the calf or her calf. Mulai vadiye, through her udders. Nindru, nindru means non-stop. Pal sora, pal means milk, sora means it is flowing profusely. Nanaithillam, nanaithu means making wet. Illam means the house. Serakam means making muddy. Narchalvan talks about the cowherd boy who is the brother of the girl who is sleeping, who is going to be woke up. Tangai, Tangai means the girl who is sleeping. Then Panithalai Vizha. Pani means the fog or snow. Talai on the head. Vizha means dropping down. Nin, your vasal means entrance. Kadaipatti, holding the main stick, which is holding the house or the hut. Patti means holding it. Okay. Sinathinal, due to anger. 10, south, Ilangai, Lanka. Komanai, here it talks about Ravana, Setra, who was killed by who? Manatthukku Iniyanai. Mana means the mind. Iniyanai means who gives immense blissful pleasure. Okay. Padavum, about whom we are going to sing. Ni, you, vai, open. Sorry, mouth. Thiruppāvai, open. So, inittan. So, inittan means the moment when we talk about it, it becomes very sweet. It becomes nectarian. Elindhirai, after singing or listening to the singing, Elindhirai, please get up. Idanna, why this? Per urakam, such a long sound sleep. Anaithu illattarum, Anaithu means all, illattarum means all the household neighbors. Arindelor, know about this, Empavai. Okay, so this way, the word by word meaning goes. Let us try to understand the translation. The cowherd boy in this particular situation is called as Narchalvan. And what he does, after milking all the cows, yesterday we saw the Pāsuram, right? So he milked all the cows, but after that he went to the temple for seva. Listen carefully, this is a very vital philosophical thing when I am explaining this. So the cowherd boy, yesterday he milked all the cows and took the milk. And what did he do? He went to the temple for seva. And today what happened? The buffalo has to be milked. Next situation. After milking the cow, he is going to milk the buffalo. So, since there is a delay for him to return home after doing the seva from the temple, the mother buffalo was always crying in the sense or screaming or calling out. And what did he do? Finally, it thought of her calf and it started profusely giving milk. How? Because when the udders of the buffalo is filled with so much of milk, it profusely comes out, it falls on the land or the earth and it flows thoroughly. And where it goes, this is very important because the flow of the milk comes from the mother buffalo to the calf buffalo. Because at that time, the entire land was completely muddy. And even the house in front of where the calf buffalo was tied, that also became muddy. But interestingly, as the mother buffalo was keep on leaving so much of milk profusely giving, it became a river and it reaches the calf buffalo and started licking the milk and it was quenching its hunger or quenching its thirst. So, and what does she say now? You dear, how can you sleep like this? Your brother is not here, he has gone for seva. But see this, the buffalo mother is crying and it is profusely giving milk and it is reaching the calf buffalo. And further, what does she say? We are all waiting outside your doorstep. What is happening now? There is so much of fog falling on us or snow falling on us. And what is happening now? We are holding the one stick which is meant for holding the entire hut, which will always be in a diagonal position. Even if you go to any construction site when they are building up the props and angles, no, what they will do to connect all the vertical ones, they will have a horizontal one so that it holds all that. This is called Vasar Kadai. This is called Vasar Kadai. So they are holding it. So now this Āndāl Nachar and her friends are calling out and telling the girl who is sleeping, and what they are telling, listen carefully, there are three type of floods now. What is the first flood? First flood is the milk flowing from the mother buffalo. The second flood which comes from the sky because due to the snow falling. The third one, what is the flood now? Your brother and you are completely immersed in the bhakti. That flood of bhakti are also altogether converging. So we are not able to stand in front of your doorstep. So that's why we are holding it so that we will not be taken away by these floods. So like this, the imagination of Āndāl Nachar, and she explains it. And further, what does she say now? Because of this, what we are doing now, we are singing the glories. Whose glories? Who can give complete bliss to the mind, soul. Sinathinal, what did he do? Out of anger. This is a very important point here. Lord Ramachandra, when we read the verse in 9th canto, 10th chapter, 20 to 25 or something like that, there the translation explains, Lord Ramachandra was very furious because twice he was very furious. One, when the Samudra Raja did not turn up, Lord Ramachandra was very furious. And the second occasion is when Lord Ravana was in, when Ravana was in front of him, and Lord Ramachandra was very angry and shouted at him, "You have done a crime, heinous act." As we see that, because in the Bhagavad Gita it is explained, no, Atatayinaha, abducting others' wife. So because of that, Lord Ramachandra became very angry and he has come to your court. We saw that, no, the Lord is so powerful, he can go and finish off his enemies in their own den, like a lion. So Lord Ramachandra was also similar to a lion. And what did he do? No, he went to his palace, or he went to his den, and there what did he do? He killed this Ravana. That wonderful Lord Ramachandra, Manattukku Iniyanai. This is a very wonderful word, Manattukku Iniyanai. See, imagine the mind when it thinks of so many things, no, material things or anything of that type, the mind is not resting, but it is always restless. But when we talk about the holy names, when we chant the holy names, automatically the mind is calming down. That's why Āndāl Nachar is very specific, Manattukku Iniyanai. Moreover, as we see, Lord Ramachandra was very pleasing to his devotees. He has done so much of merciful acts. One among them is what we hear always is, he did all the rituals for the Jatayu, the bird, king of birds, who fought with Ravana when he was abducting Mother Sita. So this way, he is very, very dear to his devotees, right? Sakritam Prapanna. The moment somebody surrenders, he will give himself up. But unfortunately, Ravana missed this point. He was not deserving that mercy of the Lord. So this is why Manattukku Iniyanai, so merciful and so pleasing the Lord. What does he say now? Padavum, we are singing. Ni, Vai, Thiruppāvai. Please open your mouth. When they are telling open your mouth, they talk about getting up from the bed and opening the door as well. So then further what is they say? Inithan Elindirai. At least now, please wake up. Idanna perurakam, because this is too much for you. You are not supposed to see it so long. Actually, Āndāl Nachar has used so many wonderful, auspicious words. Because what happens? there will be so many amangala words, inauspicious words. But in any of the 30 Pasurams, nowhere she has brought in any negative aspects or negative mood. Everywhere she is bringing all the auspicious things. Idanna perurakam. Like that, she has never considered it as the final sleep. What is that? Death sleep. She is not. So that's why she is Idanna perurakam. That's why she has mentioned. Then what does she say? Oh, why do you do all these fussy things? Already many of your neighbors, all your relatives, everybody know your nature. So please get up. Like that, she explaining. Prabhu, can we go to the translation? Hare Krishna. Yeah, thank you. Fondly thinking of their calves and imagining that they have stretched their mouth to their udders, herds of sheep buffaloes rain their milk through their teats. There are no milkmen at hand. This is what I said. Narchalvan, the brother of the Gopi who is sleeping, has gone to the deity seva in the temple. The whole shed becomes drenched and miry. Then what does he say? O sister of the wealthy owner of such herds of cattle. See, Narchelvan, there can be another explanation which is given here. Selvam means, as I told you, the wealth, what we possess as buffaloes and cows and calves, and as well as the bulls. But here, another definition here mentioned for her is the whole family. The girl or the gopi who is sleeping and her brother, both are completely full of bhakti, and all their possession is what? They have got the bhakti which has been yearned for ages together. So many times we also understand, no, antakale cha mameva. So at the time of quitting the body, one must be able to remember the Lord. How is it possible? Unless one have the wealth of bhakti while quitting the body, one can remember the Lord. If they have other wealth, that will not going to come and help them. So while quitting the body, this is the real wealth. That's why it is told Narchalvan Tangai. Tangai means that is the younger sister. So continuing this translation here, wealthy owner of such herds of cattle, we are standing at your door holding the bar of your threshold. They are holding it. While dew is falling on our heads, we are singing the glory of Sri Rama, the charmer of hearts, who has killed in Air Ravana, the king of Lanka in the south. Hearing us sing, how is it you do not deign to open your mouth? Won't you take care of us? Why this deep slumber? The whole village has come to know of your secret. Get up. Thus do they awaken the wealthy Gopi sister. Right? Listen carefully. Sorry, Gopala sister. So the wealthy Gopala sister means two aspects. As I told you, they have got so much of cows, bulls, and calves, buffalo. Another thing is he is full of rich because he has done so much of bhakti throughout the life and in the past also. So that way he is wealthy, and the same quality is possessed by the girl or the gopi who is sleeping. And what does she say now? Who is unable to attend to her normal duties. Because here the normal duty means the swadharma, right? Having been all the time with Krishna without a moment separation. That means she is serving the Lord throughout. Okay. So this way, the translation goes on. Let us try to understand the point what I was explaining at the beginning. What are the points I explained is, the three duties come at a time, right? And how to prioritize it. Because many of us have this difficulty in our life. This is also explained very well by Mahaprabhu and Srila Prabhupada in many of the purports. See, Person Bhagavata and Granth Bhagavata. When we say Granth Bhagavata, who is that? The Lord himself. Person Bhagavata means one who is the Bhagavata, who is always preaching about the glories of the Lord. Then these are the two things, right? In this, always it is in the Vaishnavism, we always first serve the devotee of the Lord and then the Lord himself. Because the Lord is very much pleased when Guru is pleased. So as we see that, Guru Seva is most important than the Lord Seva. So one should understand, after taking initiation, a Shishya, disciple, must give the topmost priority to serve Guru, the pure devotee of the Lord, the Vaishnava, who always carries the Lord with him. Then what did he want? The next priority comes to him is to serve the Lord. So when he serves the Lord, then the second priority is this one. Okay. Then after that only, he has to do his Swadharma or the Anushtanas. So as we see in this category, as I was explaining also, I'll repeat one more time, how this Narchalvan, the brother of the Gopi who is sleeping, how he prioritized this seva very nicely when all the sevas comes at a time. First, he served the cows. What did he do? He milked the cow and took all the milk. So who is cow? Cow is very dear to Krishna, because as we see everywhere, it is told Goraksha is the topmost priority. Whoever does Goraksha, the Lord is very much pleased. So here, the cows are considered as the Bhagavatas. So the Narchalvan was very, very intelligent, and he was aware of the priorities and the order of priorities too. So first he served yesterday milking all the cows and took all the milk. To whom? To again serve the Lord. See the priority. First he took care of the cows. Then from the milk what he has taken from the cows, he goes to the temple and serve the Lord with that milk. So the second seva he took is the service to the Lord. Then what he is going to do now? Then he is going to come home to take care of the rest of the duties, what he has to perform, the Anushtanam, because the buffaloes were waiting. So the buffalo were given the second priority. Many will ask, why this differentiation? Why cow and why buffalo later? It's as simple as that. Āndāl Nachiyar has a very wonderful conception on this. When we talk about the cow is always referred to the Sattva Guna. It always, as I told you, cow is also considered as a Bhagavata. So the devotee first take the association of the pure devotees or the Vaishnavas, that is the cow, then which is the Sattva Guna. After that, what did he do now? He comes to the buffalo. Buffalo always denotes the second category or the Tamoguna. So many people, whenever they shout at others, when they are slow, in Tamil we say, what is that? Like a buffalo, you are very slow and sluggish. They used to criticize. So here also, it is very much symbolically mentioned. The buffalo denotes the Tamoguna and the cows symbolizes the Sattva-guna. So as we say that, this Narchalvan was very clear whom to serve first and in what state he has to remain. Then he comes to the next one. So these are the two different angles with which Āndāl Nachiyar has expressed how to deal with it. So this is a very important aspect. As I told you, here there is one more thing many people ask. When we see the marriage ceremony of Lord Ramachandra, right? Vasishta was there who was conducting the marriage. In the Ramayana, we can understand, right? In the marriage ceremony, there is one ritual which is called as one yajna. Homa yajna, I forgot that. It starts with H, I suddenly forgot it. So that yajna has to be conducted during the marriage ceremony. And for that marriage ritual or for that samskara, the brother-in-law is a must there. So in the case of Lord Ramachandra's marriage, what happened? Sita was getting married. At that time, Vasishta is calling, where is the brother-in-law of the Damad or the groom? So everybody is looking here and there. Practically, Sita Mata does not have a brother, right? So what did they do? They called out someone with a distant relation and made him to sit. So in the marriage between Sita and Rama, the brother-in-law was not there. So this was a feeling. So then when it comes to Krishna avatar, right? When Krishna got married to Rukmini, because Krishna has to practically lift her from Nagpur, what is the place? Vidarbha, and took her to Dwaraka to marry her. So when he took her to Dwaraka, at that time, again, Garga Muni came into the picture for conducting the marriage between Krishna and Rukmini. So again, Garga Muni is calling out, where is the brother-in-law? Same situation there also. What happened? Actually, if you look at it, Rukmini had 5 brothers. But unfortunately, all the 5 brothers were completely against Krishna. So no one could participate. Again, Garga Muni immediately thought over it. It's not time for delaying it. They pulled out some one from the cowherd community and they made it, that person as brother of Rukmini Devi. So the second occasion also there was no brother-in-law. That yajna was performed with a situation. So considering all these situations, Āndāl Nachiyar made it a point. Let me conduct the marriage, right, with the brother-in-law of the groom. Like that she did. What did she do now? She picked up this girl or the gopi whom is so close to Krishna and she is so fond of Krishna. And Āndāl Nachiyar made her brother, that Narchal one, as the brother-in-law, so that the marriage ritual will happen. While performing this ritual, try to remember in North also, I do not know whether it is happening. They take out this puffed rice. What is that called? Not puffed rice. I don't know how to say that. It's kurmurai. What is that? You call it as kurmurai. In English, I forgot the word. It's flat rice? No. No, flat rice is poha and puffed rice is the kurmurai. So that will be actually the brother-in-law will give it in the hands of the bride. In turn, the groom hand will be below the bride and both of them will put that kurmurai into the fire oblation, chanting the mantras. So this is a yajna which is very important in the marriage. So this way Āndāl Nachiyar fulfilled this aspect. So in the Rama avatar was known as a brother-in-law for Lord Rama. In Krishna avatar also, when Krishna came, there was no brother-in-law, but Āndāl Nachiyar fulfilled that very nicely. So this way, Āndāl Nachiyar has done such a wonderful arrangement. So let us go to the related Bhagavatam shloka into this. Okay. Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Okay. See what happened. Subhash Prabhu. Hare
Prabhu, it
Krishna.
is projected, Prabhu. Projected it is.
Yes, Prabhu.
It is projected.
Yes,
I'm not able to see that. Why? It's not coming to me.
No, Prabhu, it is visible on the screen.
I cannot see that now. Even now I cannot see. Subhash has started screen sharing. Now I got it. Okay. So this is the verse on the other day we saw. In continuation, there are a few more shlokas also. I will read this, then I'll go to the one which I have selected for today's also, which is more relevant. Okay. Manattikinyane. So this is 9, 10, 23. Evam Shipan Dhanushi Sanditam Utsasarja Bhanam Sa Vajram Iva Tad Dridayam Bibedha So Asrg Vaman Dasha Mukhair one minute. Niyapatat Vimanat Daheti Jalpati Jane Sukriva. What is that? Something else is coming in between. Okay. Sorry. Dāheti jalpati jane sukritiva riktaha sukritiva riktaha. Okay. Prabhu, can you get it, the translation? Translation. After thus rebuking Ravana, Lord Ramachandra fixed an arrow to his bow, which is called as what? Saranga Dhanvanaha. Right? Aimed at Ravana and released the arrow, which pierced Ravana's heart like a thunderbolt. Upon seeing this, Ravana's followers raised a tumultuous sound, crying, "Alas, alas! What has happened? What has happened?" As Ravana was vomiting blood from his 10 mouth, fell from his airplane, just as a pious man falls to the earth from the heavenly planets when the results of his pious activities are exhausted. Kshine punnye martyalokam vishanti. Because he accumulated so much pious activity, but all were gone into the drain because of this atatayinaha, heinous act. And Lord Ramachandra performed this Leela, and finally Sita was retrieved from the situation. So I got some other shloka which is also important. You can look into that. 9, 10, 49. This is 9th canto, 10th chapter, 49 shloka number. Evam krita shiraha snanaha suvasaha sragvi alankritaha swalankrtaihi swabhoshaihi suvasobihi prarthirbihi bharyaya babhau. Translation. Lord Ramachandra, fully bathed and his head clean shaven, dressed himself very nicely and was decorated with garland and ornaments. Thus he shone brightly, surrounded by his brothers and wife, who were similarly dressed and ornamented. Let us move on to this. This is the Pattabhishekam. What is it called as? Crowning of Lord Ramachandra. Okay. Agrahit asanam bratra pranipatya prasaditaha prajaha swadharma nirata varnashrama gunan vitaha sugopa putrivat ramo menire pitaram cha tam. Being pleased by the full surrender and submission of Lord Bharata, Lord Ramachandra then accepted the throne of the state. He cared for the citizens exactly like a father. Right? Nirapati. After that, he is the protector of the Samaj or the citizens. And the citizens being fully engaged in their occupational duties of Varna and Ashrama. This is what we always said, Ramarajya. What do we call it as? Ramarajya. And accepted him as their father. So this way, it is a very important point where we have to understand the kingdom should always maintain the Varnashram Dharma. If that is lost, everything is lost. Okay. So coming to another point, when we are talking about the Ramayana, there is a very important aspect here. Many of you might have been appreciating this, and they will also accept it also. The reason is, see, if you look at it, Lord Ramachandra lost his kingdom for how many years? 14 years, right? So Lord Ramachandra lost his kingdom for how many years? 14 years. But his brother Lakshmana, he did not miss the kingdom of serving the Lord. What is that? Hare Krishna. Are you able to understand? The kingdom of serving Lord Ramachandra, he did not miss any time. Practically, somebody was arguing, How one can say Lakshmana was serving the Lord non-stop? It is true, except for 3 days, because Lord Rama appeared after 2 days, Ramachandra appearing, then Lakshmana appeared. That 2 days was the one he could not serve the Lord. Then again, at the end of the day, when Lord Ramachandra returned to his abode, Lakshmana returned 1 day behind. So this way, altogether, Lakshmana lost services for only 3 days, and he was completely ruling the kingdom of servitorship, and nobody could fill this place. And especially the Vaishnava Acharyas are explaining Lord Ramachandra was served so beautifully in all respects by Lakshmana. Especially when he was building a house in the forest for Lord Rama and Sita, he built a house so beautifully, even his father Dasaratha would not have done it like that. So that means he took the role, Lakshmana took the role of all things, no? Like a father, like a brother, and like a servitor. Every aspect he has finished it. So when it comes to servitorship, Lakshmana always remains in the topmost position. So he didn't even close his eyelids all the days when he was in the services of the Lord. So this is the way Lakshmana served Lord Ramachandra throughout. Hare Krishna. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जाए, श्रीमद् रामायण की जाए, आंडाल नाच्यार की जाए, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जाए. हरे कृष्णा.
हरे कृष्णा. दंडवत प्रणाम.
हरे कृष्णा माँ.
हरे कृष्णा. दंडवत प्रणाम. थैंक यू
हरे
प्रभु.
कृष्णा माँ. हरे कृष्णा. बसंत प्रभु.
Yes, Prabhu. One more minute, Prabhu. Almost all of them done. Only Telugu there. Prabhu is just doing the final commentary. But we can pray for the host, Prabhu.
Okay, so till they join, huh? Actually, you used to recite the other one also. Let me recite it, huh? Because we missed out for so many days. Let me recite that glorification also. Huh? This is கோதை பிறந்த ஊர் கோவிந்தன் வாழுமூர் சோதி மணிமாடம் தோன்றுமூர் நீதியால் நல்ல பக்தர் வாழுமூர் நான்மறைகள் ஓதுமூர் வில்லிபுத்தூர் வேதக்கோனூர் பாதகங்கள் தீர்க்கும் பரமனடி காட்டும் வேதம் அனைத்திற்கும் வித்தாகும் கோதை தமிழ் ஐந்தும் அறியாத மானிடரை வையம் சுமப்பது வம்பு. This is a Tamil one. I will translate. கோதை பிறந்த ஊர். கோதை பிறந்த ஊர் means Shivaliputtur, where Āndāl Nachiyar appeared. Govindan Vazhumur, Lord Ranganatha always reside there. Sodhi Manimadam Thondrumur. Okay, so that means the Lord and the effulgence of the Lord. Manimadam. Manimadam means the wonderful courtyard which is decorated with all the monies. Thondrumur, that is the place. Nidiyal Nalla Bhaktar Vazhumur. Nidiyal means it talks about the devotees there were observing all the Vedic injunctions and they were totally a pure devotee of the Lord. Nanmarai Odumur, all the 4 Vedas are continuously chanted over there because Āndāl Nachiyar has composed this Tiruppāvai, which is the essence of all the Vedas and all other scriptures. Villiputtur Veda Konur. So who is that Veda Konur? None other than Periyalvar, who is the pure devotee of Lord Krishna. Padahangal Tirkum. Padahangal means it will remove all our sinful conditions. Paramanadi Kartam. Paraman means the Supreme Lord. Adi means his lotus feet. Kartam means shows. Vedam Anaitirkum. For all the Vedas, this is the seed or beach. Kodai Tamil. Kodai means Āndāl Nachiyar's Tamil. Aindaindum. 5 into 5. 5 are no, we say that 25. Aindum again means another 530. Ariyada, those who do not know. Manidari means the humans. Vayam means the earth planet. Sumappadu carrying Vambu waste. So this way, Āndāl Nacharya is glorified in this aspect. Hare Krishna. So let us pray for the host, Chandar Dudeja and Ahladini Mataji and their son, daughter, grandchildren, for the entire family, and a special prayer requested for Hari Prem Prabhu's daughter who left her body, for that soul. In addition to that, the devotee who left her body, she has got a 6 months baby. For that also we request prayers, and the entire family has to have the full strength. So this is also required because this is a loss, very difficult for them. To come out of this also, we will pray to the Lord to give them the strength. Let us all chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra thrice. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare